Well, in this video, we're going to talk about tips for real estate investors in US market or Airbnb investors in US market. Look, guys, these are the three things you must do. Without fail, look, we have seen the market growing every single week right now. There's properties coming into your investment area every single week. Now, if you're doing what you did in 2019, it's not going to work. So look, in today's video, we're going to really have a good conversation around what it's like or three things that you must do in your Airbnb business right now. So guys, welcome to another Grow Airbnb video. Now look, if you're new to this channel, my name is Piers. We've worked with over 1,400 properties all over the world. Our company is called Grow Airbnb. All we do is help you guys get strong, profitable bookings, but more importantly, build a brand that you guys can sustain for years to come, right? I'm sure that you haven't invested in this business to run it for a year and give up. You want to make sure that you've invested in this business and actually created something for you for years to come. And this is what we do with Grow Airbnb. We help operators all over the world to create a strong short-term rental brand. Now, today's video, it's interesting because US market, you can see how, like with UK market, there's units coming every single day live. You can see, if you look at Airbnb, you can see a little button which says new, and you know that that's new listing. Secondly, it will also not have any reviews. So how do you make sure that you as an investor, you are making sure that you're doing the right thing? So let's start with number one. Let's talk about response time. Now Airbnb, or if you go right at the bottom of the account, it talks about the response time, you as a host. How quickly are you replying back to the guest, or are you leaving it for 4 or 5 hours before you actually, some people are working. I've got clients who work and they end up replying back in 4 or 5 hours. Now in that 4 or 5 hours, the response time now will go to 80 to 90%, right? But also from an algorithm perspective, what Airbnb doesn't know is if somebody's booked you and send you an inquiry, asked you a question, let's say you've replied back and they haven't booked, but they've said you thank you, and because you've just seen that's a thank you, you've not replied them back, believe it or not, the algorithm is still thinking that you haven't responded to them. Now, what I would love you to think about this way is every single messages that's happening in the back end of Airbnb, you need to make sure that you're the last person that sends the message. It could be just you sending a smiley face at the end, but make sure that you are the last person, because that's how the response time is calculated. Well, listen, I think again, I've been seeing something again and again in the market. One of the things we do in Grow Airbnb is once you're a client, we run a market research, a complete market research in your investment area, right? So if you've got a property, we run a market research across it. We'll look at their other people competition, their calendar, their pricing strategy, their listings, because what we found is actually our clients have been running or have got some knowledge around pricing, but they're taking again to what they think would work. What we've realized is you need to understand the market supply versus demand and actually price it accordingly to that. Now, look, if you're looking at for example, a 3-night stay on a holiday spot, you obviously are willing to pay more, right? You're gonna pay 3 nights because you're going on a holiday and you want the best property available. But imagine if somebody was relocating for a whole month in New York, they would want to stay in a nice place, but they want to make it feel like home. Their pricing affordability is going to be completely different. So think about this way, your pricing is 2 different models where you've got the nightly rate customers and then you've got your monthly customers. Those 2 are completely different, and the way they search you online are completely different. So I'd love you to understand 2 pricing strategy, which is what I talk about, your nightly rates or profit pricing. So lastly, I think Ivan, who takes all this video, I think he'll probably agree, but you guys need a professional photo done for all your properties, right? I think again and again, the reason why I mention Ivan in UK, he does a lot of website work for short-term rental properties. I'm gonna leave his link down below. The beauty is that he keeps mentioning how all the clients perform better when the professional photo is done, and how their website also looks amazing, versus there's clients out there who obviously haven't decided to invest in a professional photo, and as a result of that, their website doesn't look as strong, or their listings doesn't look as strong. Now, if you today scroll down on Airbnb quickly, what you're going to see is numbers of property which you're going to see straight away and go, oh, I like that. And that's purely because you've seen that quality professional photos. You're going to see a lot of properties out there which looks great, but do you know what? They've been taken from phones. And which one would you prefer? How do you want your eyes to see your listings, and how do you want your guests to see your listing? So that is very, very important that you must, at this moment in time, as a real estate Airbnb investor, you must do professional photos.